Armor is an essential part of Skyblock and progression would be impossible without it. And in this video, I'm going to show you the most useful armor sets in the game. Also, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out the description for my Discord servers. We got 2,000 members in just 3 days, we do giveaways for Skyblock coins, and we do Skyblock events, so you might want to check that out. The first 3 armor sets we have here are what I call Slayer/damage sets. All 3 of them are only used for Slayers and damage and nothing else. And right here we have Ender armor, we have Strong armor, and we have Superior armor. All of them do basically the same thing, they're used for Slayer and damage, but they're from different stages of the game. For example, Ender armor is used by early game players because it's cheap. Next, we have Strong armor, which is used by mid-game players, and obviously Superior armor is very expensive and it's used by late-game players. Ender armor is a rare drop from Enderman. Also, a big perk of this armor is if you're in the end, your stats are doubled. Ender armor is obviously very cheap and it's mostly used by early game players. Next, we have Strong armor. Strong armor is a very good mid-game set that is used for damage and slayers. It can be obtained as a drop from a strong dragon, or it can be crafted with strong fragments. This armor gives a big health and defense buff, it also improves aspect of the end and gives 75 damage. This armor set is definitely one of the best armor sets in the game and I really like it, because it's cheap and it gives you very good stats. And right here we have the most popular armor set in Skyblock, which is Superior armor. It's obviously very expensive, it is dropped from a superior dragon in the end, or it can be crafted using superior fragments. The reason why players like superior armor so much is because it gives a significant damage and defense buff, and it also increases all your stats by 5%, which is very good for magic find. I use this set every day and I really like it, but lately superior armor has been getting more and more expensive as more players want to get it. Right now it costs 70 mil per set, which is a big downside to Superior armor. Right here we have my favorite set in the game, which is Young armor. The reason why I like it so much is because it increases my speed and it increases my speed cap. As you probably already know, the maximum speed you can run it at Skyblock is 400%, but if you have a full set of Young armor, it increases your walk speed cap by 100, which means you'll be able to run at 500% speed. It's very useful when you do zealots because you can outrun people, which will allow you to steal their zealots. Also, it's useful for foraging because it increases your speed and you can run faster from one tree to another, increasing your efficiency. It is also used for foraging because it increases your speed, which means you can run faster from one tree to another and increase your efficiency. But Young armor is also kinda expensive for early game players, so there is an alternative. It's Farmer boots. Farmer boots also increase your speed based on your farming level, but they do not increase your speed cap. They're much cheaper than Young armor, but they're still very good for early game players. Farmer boots can be crafted using enchanted pumpkins. And here we have 2 fishing sets. On the left we have Angler armor and on the right we have Divers armor. Both of them give a very similar buff. Angler armor gives 1% sea creature chance per piece, and Divers armor gives 2% sea creature chance per piece. Divers armor is better than Angler armor, but Angler armor is very cheap. It can be crafted using raw fish and it's very cheap and most players can afford it. And Divers armor is more expensive because it is crafted using 24 Emperor skulls. And Emperor skulls are a drop from a rare sea creature called the Emperor. There's also another set for fishing that was recently added into the game, but it's very expensive. It's called Shark armor. It is crafted using sponge armor and enchanted shark fins. It's very expensive and right now it's more of a flex than an actual item. That's why I did not include it on this list. And the next we have a Bad Person set. Gives a bunch of cool buffs. For example, you can use your grappling hook without a cooldown, and also doubles or triples your stats during the spooky event. But the thing most players use it for is additional 5% chance to get candy during the spooky festival. Obviously, if you're grinding a spooky festival, you're gonna need a Bad Person set. And right here we have Crystal armor. The reason why this armor is so cool is because it increases your intelligence. This armor set increases your intelligence. It also has an interesting full set bonus. The stats of this armor change from 0 to 200 depending on the current light level. For example, if you're in the dark, this armor will give no stats, but if you're in the light, it will give you 200%. The main use of crystal armor is armor swapping. And since this set gives a lot of mana, people wear crystal armor and then they swap to superior or tux when they're doing a dragon. That allows them to have a lot of mana while wearing a damage stat that does not give mana. Crystal armor is crafted using 24 crystal fragments. And the last set we have on the list is snowsuit. This armor is pretty useless overall and it's only used for one thing, the Jerry event. Each piece of armor gives you 5% more gifts during the Jerry event, and that's what it's used for. Obviously gifts mean more money, and more money equals more progression. There are some sets that I considered for this list but they didn't make it. Such sets are Wise armor, Tarantula armor, Mastiff armor, Frozen Blaze armor, and pretty much every single dungeon set in the game. And this was all for today. I hope you liked the video and you subscribed. Also check out the description for a link to my Discord server. We do a bunch of giveaways and you might want to join. See you in the next video.